Bonjour.
Bonjour.
How are you this evening? It is evening here at the Chateau, and we are sitting in a secret room which we won't reveal to you, but we'll tell you a little bit about. It's secret because?
We're keeping the big reveal of this room for the end of the month with Taste magazine in
The big
South
reveal's
Africa.
a joke for later. You got that out of cue.
The big reveal. We've got another big reveal for you. But yes, so the lights are on. You might have read last week in our Marula Media blog, if you read Afrikaans, that the lights were quite an exciting occurrence or experience or whatever you would call it.
We don't have a single working power plant in the house, do we?
No.
And these are our first working lights in the house.
Yes, so very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
It totally transformed it, I thought, on the day.
The good news is it looks really romantic on this video camera. You can't see that it is a cable hanging out of the wall with an LED bulb screwed onto it.
Don't get ideas.
So we have 5 lights. We have one above us, which will be, and with some side lights. I won't. It's secret. I've got to stop talking about it. But we are sitting just inside the main door. The main door is just over the back of the laptop. I hope that didn't make you seasick. We're sitting about a metre in from the main door, and this is the main entrance hallway behind us. Anything else?
That's right. No, we will take you upstairs. We asked the question earlier this week, last week.
This week, I think.
Maybe
last week.
No, it's a few days ago.
We recently asked the question
about what to do with a room. We've never had this problem in England where we were stuck on what to do with a room.
No. Maybe less rooms.
But we have made a decision, and we looked at all your suggestions. Thank you very much. But yes, there was a winner in the end, and we'll let you know what we have decided shortly.
We'll do it upstairs in the room. And then, should we talk about what else has been happening this week? So basically this week, the work has been prioritised on finalising a few choice rooms for a few choice photos for the Taste publication that's coming up.
Yes, and there's also been a bit more gardening. We watered the vegetables every night. We've had a few...
This week, we had minestrone soup, which was made with pretty much entirely fresh vegetables. Only some ours, but some other people's.
Yes.
And last night we had courgette risotto with some fried pork on top, which was not bad. Josh didn't like it that much. I left the skin on as an experiment, and tonight I'm taking the skin off, that's for sure.
As I say, everything grows in the south of France, and I can really say that that's true because we've had strawberries, peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, celery. We've had that from our garden.
This is the big reveal.
This one is actually not from our garden. It was given to us by a friend, but same area. So as you can see, I was told
I can't cut into this tonight for dinner, so I dutifully didn't.
As you can see, things really do grow in the south of France.
Just dinner for the next year.
So let's hope things progress as beautifully in the chateau, but we'll go and show you what we've been up to.
So what else has been happening this week? So we bought a whole bunch of wood in the dining room next door. There's a massive big pile of wood, which is skirting boards that arrived. Basically, it's a sawn up tree. The ends of it still look like trees. You didn't see it this morning when I unloaded it. So that's nicely sawn, rectangular, 3 meter lengths by about 1.5 feet high. So high skirting boards because of the size of the rooms. Otherwise, small skirting boards will look silly. But the ends of it just look like a tree. It's fantastic. I said we should cut the ends off and use them as chopping boards for the kitchen. That'll be quite decorative. What else has happened this week? Anything else of interest? We haven't mentioned anything about the four-legged creatures with ears and tails.
Yes.
Oh, I saw a hedgehog this week in the garden. Not that doesn't have a tail. Do hedgehogs have tails?
I don't know. You're the one who saw it.
It was dark. I didn't see his tail. He was just outside the turning circle. He was inspecting the plans about the ones you've submitted, which I still haven't responded to, which I promise I will.
We've been extra busy this week. We've gained another few family members. Yes.
A handful, literally.
Not what we wanted, but we didn't manage to catch Mummy Cat in time to get her spayed. So by the time she showed up again, she was carrying her babies again. And we have managed to find some homes. So unfortunately, I don't think we can keep them all because we already kept the first litter of kittens.
I was up for auctioning them on Facebook. No, pedigree Chateau cats. Yeah, Castle Cats. CastleCats.com. we should get that quickly.
But yes, so Mummy Cat has nearly got her appointment finalized, so it just doesn't happen again. But the kittens have been in and out. They're about 4 weeks old now.
4 weeks, about as big as my hand.
And,
4 stripy ones and a black one.
And Mummy Cat has been bringing them to the apartment for us to feed. So one after the other. So it is like looking after babies again. Every few hours we have a little kitten showing up, meowing, ferociously hungry for food. So yes, it has taken a lot of our time. There has been a kitten rescue as well. We will put some footage of that on the channel as well.
Yeah,
just haven't.
We'll do another post. We'll do a cat focus post, so cat people don't have to watch it, and the cat people will love it, of course.
Yes.
Right, I think we're timed out. Should we go and do our walk around upstairs, and then we'll do the usual, come back and answer some questions?
Yep.
All right. See you in a minute.
Right, welcome up to the room we have been asking questions about this week, which is now officially known as the
library.
Library. Well done. Thank you for my audience support. So this was originally intended to be joined with the room next door. There is 2 stud walls and a nice oak doorway, and we've decided to board this up, put bookshelves at least other side, maybe across the middle, maybe all the way along, and to have some kind of LED light or glass or perspex obscured, something above to share some light. And then the bookshelves will even up this room. It's a little bit uneven because of the archway. So this originally had a single door and a double cupboard. And when we were looking in the cupboard, we discovered the arch. And then it didn't take much to take the plaster off and realise the immense beauty of it, and that we shouldn't be boarding it over or keeping it hidden. So we've extracted that and opened this up. So this will be an open library with probably a non-working fireplace. Or we need to get this working again because we chopped off the chimney.
Oh no, we definitely need to get it working again.
So this will be insert wood burner, and a metal pipe will go up, and we'll sort it out.
That's
more list of things to do. Probably some sort of bench seats, and then walls over here will just have some fantastic pieces of art or something. We have a nice south-facing window, nice looking across the garden. The measurement to the room is 3 meters wide and about 7 meters long. It was 6.5 before the wall was taken. I've got some kind of cue going in the background from my assistant here.
No.
No? Okay. We have Bible verses written on the wall. We have Psalm 144 here, and that's Afrikaans. Johannes, this is John. And what else am I talking about? Oh, we have more electric lights. We have a light switches. Look, this one you can actually reach. I haven't told you that the lights in the hallway downstairs, you have to get a big stick and turn it on the ceiling. But we'll talk about that another time. Anything else I should be talking about the library?
Yes, did you talk about the size? Because some people were wondering how big it is.
Yes, I just did that when you were trying to prompt me to the size. So it's 3 meters by 7 meters, for those of you who missed the first time.
That's me. All right, we'll go and show you what the...
marble fireplace. So the marble fireplace has some damage. In fact, most of the marble fireplaces across the property have some kind of damage. The plan is to go and speak with one of the local stone sellers, because all of the marble would have come from the different quarries around the area. So one of the quarries would have red marble, and the fireplace next door is green and black and all kinds of difference. So if we can find something close, we'll match it. Otherwise, we'll get a contrast in colour and replace both sides and mix and match it up somehow. But yeah, marble fireplace as well. Wooden floor. Wooden floor is going to be retained. There's some patches which were damaged and have some replacements. They're semi-temporary. We need to decide on what they're going to be, and then we're going to sand it all back and polish it up, and that's it.
Okay, thank you.
And welcome back. How was that? Actually, we didn't move because we do these videos in splits. We sat here completely.
Don't tell
and
them.
After this video, we're going to go upstairs and do the video that you haven't seen yet. So I don't even know what jokes those are going to be yet. Anyway, It's the usual time to answer some of your questions, which I have written down. This piece of paper is well travelled. I lose it every time.
Yeah.
But it's always in the same place, my laptop bag, but I still can't find it. So, Carol from Inglewood asked a bucket load of questions, apparently. Some of the questions are, what's the general response from the locals of us being here?
Oh, generally we've been welcomed.
Yeah.
Really, everyone's been really nice and really friendly.
So we have gates down at the bottom, which we generally try and leave open apart from night time. So I'll get up first thing and open the gates, and people just wander up and drive up and say bonjour. In fact, must be at least a handful of people, if not more, we've met that way.
Yes, yeah. And also even the local English people, you know, not just the French, but also the English people. We had someone drive up on our driveway and say, "Hello, are you the McDonald's?" And I said, "Yes, are you on the Chronicles of Château de Capelle?" And she said, "No." And I said,
"But is now.
Oh.
We rectified that." And we're of course meeting people because we home educate. So we're meeting other families with children, and the only thing I would say is it's not quite the same because it's coronavirus time still, and everyone's a little bit more cautious.
Yeah.
People are still a little bit less social than what they normally are. Another question, is there going to be any staff quarters? Oh, no, maybe it was a staff question. Are we thinking, I can't remember, I wrote this down so long ago. Sorry, Carol. Is there going to be any staff, as in local staff, maybe?
Oh, yeah, we answered that question there, didn't we?
Did we? We'll do it again quickly now. So, maybe is the answer.
Still maybe.
We hear the general model is for people to live on site and help out. So, for example, traditionally the man would help in the garden and do some odd jobs for a certain amount of hours to help pay for the rent, and the woman would work in the house doing stuff to pay for the rent, and then the other days of their week they go and earn cash money for food. That's a traditional model in France, and we may do it. We're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Certainly not now, because they'll be kicking us out to live where we live.
Yes, the apartment is currently occupied.
Have we thought about running a tea room or some kind of glamping, posh camping activity? I have. In fact, at home in England, our home that we still haven't sorted out because we got stuck here during coronavirus and we just started to live here. We have a whole bunch of kind of Royal Doulton china, teacups and saucers. And I was driving one day thinking about what I should be bringing back on the trip. And I thought, what if I should just bring all those and we can bake scones and have a tea room? What do you think?
Sounds quite English.
Well, that might be a novelty in France, right?
Yeah.
A tea room run by an Australian and a South African in France.
Are you going to bake?
I can bake okay scones.
Only scones, so you're only going to serve scones?
Well, I didn't say I could bake anything else. I can burn weekender biscuits, those cornflakes or other ones. And glamping, I'm not sure. Not unless we get some more land, because we certainly haven't provisioned our sewage system to cope for lots of outside toilets or outside water.
We have one outside bathroom, which has got a shower and a toilet and basin.
But not enough.
But
probably only be friends.
Yeah, maybe friends wanted to camp, but we didn't make provision in the garden either, but maybe we could clear a bit of the forest.
Not now is the answer, I think.
Yeah, not now.
If I was going to do it, we wouldn't do it on this land. We would do it on one of the neighbouring pieces if we ever get one.
But if you want to bring your own tent and come and camp in our garden,
absolutely.
You're more than welcome.
I'm not sure it would be glamping. And outbuildings and livestock. What do we have planned for the outbuildings? Funnily enough, 3 sheep are arriving on Saturday.
3 lambs.
The lambs. They're sheep, aren't they?
Yes, but it's different. Because if you say to the kids we're getting sheep and you say to them we're getting 3 little lambs, there's a difference in excitement level.
I didn't say there were 3 dogs. 3 lambs, I'm corrected, are arriving on Saturday. And that will definitely be part of a post. And I dare say they're going to make it onto a future video. Maybe we can interview them. As in, what do you find your experience to be like at the chateau? That's it from Carol. Hope you like those questions. Or hope you like the answers, brother.
Hello, we're back. Sorry, we had a children interruption.
They all decided to wander in and say, hello! As if they can't see that we're busy here recording a video on a laptop. But, anyway. So, Mariana from Somerset West, we were busy answering your question, and we'll start again. Asked, with 3 others, how are we coping with our French? Yours is brilliant. Mine is fairly rubbish. Josh's is the best.
I wouldn't say mine's brilliant, but, you know, we get by.
Well, you can have a conversation, understand what they say. I can practice something, tell it to them, and then say, oui or non afterwards. That's
Je
about
ne
it.
comprends pas.
Yeah. I can generally say a few phrases and a few words, but yeah, my French isn't great, that's for sure.
Oh,
Ooh,
there
there's
was a
in the
cat.
background. Yeah.
Yes, it helps that I get out with the kids and we meet up with other home education families who are French. So that really helps the kids and me to practice every day.
My problem is I work in English all day, and around that I'm doing tasks on site or helping with the kids. And we were saying in the answer we pre-prepared earlier, maybe I should take over the French education for a bit and spend more time with the kids on that, which is a good idea, and I think I will.
Yeah.
Anna Beth from South Africa. I reworded your question. Will we want to live in the main house? Yes, we definitely want to live in the main house. I think.
Will we want to live in the main house?
Yeah, I think the question is about we're living in the moon base and
The
we're preparing
apartment.
the apartment.
We call it the moon base because that was the landing spot.
But will we want to move into the main house, or will we do something else for the main house? For example, will we
Oh,
stay?
no. The main house will become the family home. If anything, the apartment will be turned into a gîte or a self-catering apartment. But yes, no, this will be the family home.
Everyone asks that. All the French people are most curious in
Yeah.
terms of, is it going to become a hotel? And we keep saying that, I can't say we're a large family, but we're larger than some families.
Yeah.
And our plan is to reinstate it as a large family house and live in it.
If you count the cats, we're a large family.
Especially the new cats. Denise from America. What did we leave behind for France? And this was one of the comedy questions where some other people thought we lived in America at some point. What did we leave behind?
So we moved over from England to here. We bought in October last year, and then we were toing and froing for a while. And from March, we've been here permanently.
I think the question is: we lived in England.
So we left a house behind in England, which we are still using when Andrew has to go back for work occasionally. Eventually, we will sell that.
Will we?
I thought we were. Okay.
We'll do something with it.
We have a friend who lives there most of the time. He works in the area, so his home is in Wales, but he's there most of the time. So that helps to have someone to take care of it.
So I guess you're missing the comedy value of the answer. So I'll have a go. So you left behind a 6-bed house to buy a 40-room house, depending on how you count it. We have a garden, which is nice. We have a nice house in the UK, I think. We generally loved living there. But our garden is probably about the size of our turning circle outside, and certainly doesn't have anything else. Maybe a little bit bigger.
A bit bigger than that.
A bit bigger than that. I'm dramatising. But we have, it's in a modernish estate, so 1980s, and we have neighbours all around us on 2 sides.
It's a modern estate, but it's built in Tudor style, so it looks older, but it was built in the 80s, like Andrew said.
And we're back onto a country park, so actually quite secluded and quiet, but not as quite secluded and quiet as we have here. So we left behind a nice, comfortable family home to come to a wreck. Actually, we shouldn't have answered that question. It's potentially a bad idea.
Yes, there was heating in that house. Now, as we're approaching winter, I'm getting more nervous about the heating because we do have a lovely wood burner in the apartment, which heats the entire apartment next door.
It's crispy.
But
we haven't told them this, have we?
We had an incident where the 6-year-old hit the wood burner with his head when he jumped. He ran and jumped, and thankfully, by the grace of God, he was not injured. He had a small cut on his ear, but
the whole glass front panel is smashed.
The wood burner got injured, so we're waiting for a replacement, and we're nervous on when that is going to arrive. So if you see us back in England in a few weeks, don't be surprised.
So we have time for one more, but we have to be quick. Amy from America. Are the above floors wooden or stone? They're all wooden.
Wood.
So the downstairs is tile and stone in the main hallway and the kitchen. The rooms to the side, like the dining room and the lounge room, they're wood, and everything else upstairs is wood. The top floor was wood, and it had terracotta tiles across it. Some of them were quite perished, so we demolished the bad ones and kept the good ones aside. They're in one of the dependencies just sitting. And the plan is we'll put them back into a room and then polish them up and seal them and make them look nice.
We've said many times before, we try and save as much as we possibly can that was here originally. So the idea is to try and reuse those somewhere and keep some of the original bits of the castle.
We're done. We're timed out. So with that, we'll say,
A bientôt.
see you next time.